Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm calling it. I'm in and out, so let me know if I may have missed some things. But if I'm not mistaken, your topic was about women and being held accountable for their actions, right? And the choices that they make when they're dating. So I
Right.
heard you mention a statistic. You said 78% of Black females are
No,
single
just
mothers, right?
no. 78% of black babies are born out of wedlock.
Okay, so to
40, I
single
believe that the
mothers, right?
percentage of single mothers are is 41%.
Okay, so I didn't come to necessarily disagree. What I came to say was I believe that men giving women advisory on accountability is not going to get digested, right?
Why
I
do you
think
why do you assume that?
I think that when they're hearing it from a male, it sounds like it's misogynistic or what's the word, patriarchal or whatever the word you want to
Right.
use. But I think it's
That's because you've digested the feminist movement and everything that a man tells you is
exactly,
not good.
exactly. But I think that it would be best if women who have made these poor decisions to speak to women and be honest, 100% honest with other women. A lot of the women, like, well, I'm a single mother, or I was a single mother, but a lot of women don't tell other women the truth about what
About that
comes with
lifestyle.
being, yeah,
Right.
what comes with being a
I
single
couldn't agree
mother,
with you more.
and what comes with, like, what are the lifelong consequences with being a single mother, So I think that men telling this to women, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. It should really be the majority of women in our race that are single mothers
I agree
talking
with
to
you.
these women.
I agree with you, but unfortunately, in our culture, this behavior is seen as a good thing. I can't even tell you the number of articles I've seen on CNBC and all these other on Forbes talking about the improvement of black single mothers and giving black single
Uh-huh.
mothers all this clout and making it seem like this is cool to do. This is not
Mm-hmm.
a good thing to do, and I'm happy you came on here and talked about it. But I do have
Mm-hmm.
to tell you this. And you guys can look up the clinical studies on behavior between men and women. But the truth is
Mm-hmm.
this: women, and it is seen as a feminine trait. I explained this in another show, but I'm going to explain it a little bit more in depth now.
Yeah.
Women have a trait called agreeableness. Now, agreeableness makes it great for you to live socially because women are social beings. Women have exhibit a lot more social behavior than men.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so, because they need social structure to survive in society, women have grown to be very agreeable. One of the
Mm-hmm.
traits of, or so it makes you good with teams. It makes you really good with teams. And if you look at the number of patents that have been put out, 95% of the patents were put by men, but the
Mm-hmm.
5%, the remaining 5%, 3% or 4% of that was put out by women in teams. Only 1% were put out by single women. Another example, women all the time when they go to the gym, what do they need? A gym buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Women like to work in
Yeah.
teams. Women like social structure. But but another trait of agreeableness and a negative trait is that you're more likely you're less you're less likely to engage in conflict. Okay, you're
Yeah.
less likely to engage in conflict, so that means you're less likely to tell your friends when they have a problem, because what that does is it creates too much animosity and too much conflict,
That's
and
true.
women, generally speaking, especially if they're feminine enough, avoid that kind of physical conflict or what it could lead to. So it's just, you can look up the clinical studies. I'm not bullshitting this. I may put
Mm-hmm.
all of this stuff in the description for people that want to see it, but it's already in depth. And the clinical studies are basically studies done by hospitals and doctors to get things approved in terms of
Mm-hmm.
medications. So these are some of the best studies a lot of the times in America. So it just, when you ask for women to hold women accountable, generally speaking, the more feminine women won't do that because it creates conflict. So
Yeah.
this is how it works. I
I
mean,
Yeah, and there's a woman, I think she's called Naturally Fashionable or whatever her name is. She holds other women accountable, and she gets constantly dragged. And I just think that we're at I guess we're gonna be kind of stagnant because until other women can talk to other women honestly and hold other women accountable, then there won't be much change, or the change will be very slow. Because I've had instances where I'm around a lot of other younger females because I'm in the military, and I talk to them all the time. They don't have kids. They are like in their prime. They're single. They got everything going for them, and they want to have a child. They're like, oh, I want to go and have a kid. And I'm like, well, what about marriage first?
Yeah.
Or what about dating?
I'm so happy you're saying these things.
Yeah, what about those things first? And they're like, oh, well, it doesn't have to be done that way. And I'm like, it does have to be done that way.
And that's another point I wanted to make. And this is a lot of the disconnect. And somebody just said, why are you obsessed with black women? Well, I was raised by them. I want black communities to practice group economics to bring ourselves up so we don't have to complain about police killings because we pay our police officers. We own our own schools. We don't have to worry about the education being poor because we own our own school. This is why I'm married to a black woman. These are the reasons why I care about black women. Yeah. But another point is this, and this is a point that actually my wife made. That's her right there. She said that in order to have a relationship, you have to be willing to listen to a man. You know what I mean? If you want a man to lead, you have to be willing to listen to him. That's just how it works. And there are a lot of tough situations in relationships that you got to be willing to get through. But you're going to need somebody that's emotional, and you're going to need somebody that's able to be the rock in that relationship, to lead that relationship to where it needs to be. It's just that simple. I mean, and I agree, some men are too emotional. And they get into these emotional spills where they're allowing the women to pull them into these emotional tyrants, and they get too aggressive and this and that. And I don't think that men should be that way. I think men should be stoic. And when I say stoic, I mean not void of emotion, but reluctant to indulge in emotion, especially when handling difficult situations. So, but yeah, I appreciate you, Mary, for coming on. Let me go ahead and get somebody else up in here, Mary.
All right. Bye-bye.
These are great things. These are great conversations, y'all. And here's the thing. This is what a lot of people got to listen to. Well, a lot of people got to understand. This isn't just an American or a black people problem. This is an American problem now. Like, this is going to become out of hand. We are just arrowheading the thing because of certain situations led us to be the first ones into these situations. But white women are following this. Asian women are following these trends. It's not looking great for America right now. When you have weak men, you have a weak nation. That's just how it works. I'm sorry. When you have men that don't want to step up to the plate, you have a weak nation. That's how it works. It's just that simple. I mean, but let's see if we can get somebody else in here. Kevin Samuels defense. Oh, you got lasers on your eyes and stuff. I ain't getting you. Come on now. Let's see. Coach K, Zone 6. What's going on, Coach?
Yo, what's up, man? Sound check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, what's up, man? Good to be on your show. First off, I kind of disagree with holding women accountable. Due to the fact that men, us collectively as black men, we don't have no power. We still haven't corrected the situation from slavery. So how you gonna gain respect?
I got you, Coach. I ain't trying to go down the slavery rabbit hole. I got you.
No, we're gonna go down there. I've been trying to get to you because I take that debate. I'm your Huckleberry. So I hear a lot of people the Kevin Samuels thing. That's a waste of time because he's been on Earth 50 years and he hasn't contributed anything before me and you got here. So but
here's the thing, Coach. Regardless of what has happened before, we're talking about a current situation. Okay, and I understand that the trauma or whatever you want to say may affect this and this and that, but at the end of the day, 80% of women are obese right now.
Man. Hold on, poor man. Hold on, relax. You're not
Hold up, Coach. Come on now, Coach. I'm trying to be good with you now. I can't have you talk over. The thing that matters is this. The thing that only matters is this. Where we are right now. Okay, we can talk about the past and this and that, but where we are right now matters. Right now, we have since the 60s, 36% of black men have been going into the middle class. 56% in the middle class right now. Okay, that has increased since the 60s by 36%.
Okay.
In the middle class. So black men are doing better. Since from 2006 to 2018, the rate of incarceration for black men has decreased by 36%. I'm sorry. The fastest population in America, and violent crime has decreased by 51%. How are black men not doing better?
You gotta let me cook. First of all, we gotta address that. You can't just gloss over that and give me a whole bunch of stats when we don't hold the power. Y'all talking about money. We don't control the currency. We don't control the laws. The laws that you're talking about with women getting, when a divorce happened, who enforces those laws? The enemy. You know who hold the power here.
Oh no! I'm sorry, Coach. I gotta go and get you up out of there.
I know you do. I know.
I mean, it ain't. Here's the thing. It ain't really about.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The power doesn't matter because before the '60s, before all this stuff started to shift, black men and black women were jumping the broom. We were getting married. We had unity.
Black men have not been held accountable because we refuse to fight and stand up and tackle the true enemy. You could gloss over slavery all you want, but how can you expect black women?
Coach, you gotta get muted, dog. I'm sorry, dog. Here's the thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. You have to. You gotta listen to this, brother. Like, we were jumping the broom. We had unity. There were Black Wall Streets all over the place. They got tore down. All right. And we kept building. We went to scratch and then we built back up. Now we have 50s. What'd you say?
Who tore them down?
The white community did, in large.
So black women is not the enemy, bro.
But here, Coach, listen to me. I get where you're going with this situation, right? You're talking about white supremacy, this and that. What I'm saying to you is we've always been knocked down and built back up. What we have to do is not be down now. We can't let it go down and stay down. The reason why you burn a Black Wall Street is so that people can go down and feel helpless. You can't feel that way. You have to always progress to being better. It's that simple. So I can't sit and talk about what's been going on and what happened in the past, this and that. When we are doing better now, actively as black men, now we need our women to listen to us and get on code so we can keep building these Black Wall Streets.
That's false. That's false. We have no power. You can't be an alpha male and you don't have power.
Coach, how do you build power? You build power through economics. You can't have economics if you don't have black people together.
You build it through being able to feed your society and through military strength. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
How do you get guns? How do you afford guns?
Through building, feeding your people. That's
economics.
You come together as a society and you feed yourself.
Bingo. You come together as a society. Coach, you come together as a society. You have to come together. We have no unity right now. There's not enough black couples. All right. Like I said, 23% of black women want to be in relationships. 43% of black men want to be in relationships. We have no unity. Okay. 70% out of wedlock rate. We cannot build a quote unquote military to gain quote unquote power if we don't have economics. It's that simple. To fund a military, you have to have money. It's that simple. I'm sorry, brother. Like, I can't go down the rabbit hole if we can never be better than where we are, because I'm actively being better than where I was. And I expect other brothers to step up to that plate too. I don't care about how sad you are about what's been going on, whatever. But let's get back to it. Who next? Anybody that's talking about race, you up out of there. All right. I get it. People are in trouble, it's been tough, but we have to build now. We have to do better now. So if you're talking about what's been going on before, while we were still jumping the broom and had the highest marriage rates in America, while all that tragedy was going on, we got knocked down, we built it back up, got knocked down, built it back up. That's what we've been doing, and that's what we have to continue to do. If you stay down, this white supremacy will hold you down, okay? Historically speaking, it has been bad for us. There has been communities that have gotten together, practiced group economics, and have submerged us, have drowned us out. I get it. But now we're doing better, and we're going to continue to do better. And those atrocities are less likely to happen, so we have to continue to build now. That's where I stand.